So y'all know how I do little tributes to my mom. I have to share this little cookbook with you. This is something from the Porter United Methodist Women. And I have a feeling that this was probably made like in late 60s, early 1970s. Just has a little vinyl cover. It's aged. You can see it's watermarked. It's been with me every place I've been since I grew up and got married. My mom made me do the artwork for this. And I think I was probably in junior high. And I did not want to help her. So you can see I just did the very little, the very least I could to get done with this. But anyway, look at that. Oh yeah, darling cookies. She hand typed all these breads. Ooh, that must have been like a little cinnamon roll or something. Little buns. Oh my goodness. Anyway, my mom hand typed this herself on her little typewriter. And this is her recipe for chicken spaghetti, which I'm going to make for you guys today. Now, Bonnie's recipe is really very simple. As you can see, it doesn't even have very many ingredients. And you guys know me, I can never leave well enough alone. So over the years, I've kind of changed it a little bit, added a few things to make it my own. So I'm going to start with her recipe and show you what I do. Like Bonnie, I just boil my chicken first, take it off the bone, and chop it into little bite-sized chunks. Now today I'm going to double my recipe because I want to share this with a new mother, and she particularly likes penne. So I'm going to do 1 pot of penne, and then my other pot I'm going to do just like my mom did. I'm going to break my spaghetti in half and then use the cooking water from my chicken to boil that. Both of these we just want cooked al dente because remember, more cooking will take place in the oven later. So here I'm going to deviate a little bit from Bonnie's recipe. I don't have any celery today, so to the onion I'm adding zucchini, yellow squash, and red bell pepper. I'm always trying to get more veggies in my family, and this is also for a new mom, so I just want to make it a little more nutritious. We want to chop those up, saute them in a pan where they're just crisp tender, and at the end you want to add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Then we're going to slice a whole jar of pimento stuffed olives in slices, and I add a can of diced fire roasted tomatoes too. All right, so here is where we take a pretty big departure from my mom's recipe. Anybody who knows me knows I really like a creamy factor to my food. I just like the fat feel in my mouth. So to the chicken soup or the cream of mushroom soup or the cream of celery, whatever you use, I add about 4 ounces, which is a half a block of cream cheese, and about 1/3 cup of sour cream. We're going to mix that well and then moisten it with about, maybe a half to 3/4 cup of chicken stock, and then just whisk it well until everything is smooth and incorporated nicely. Okay, now we take our drained pasta, whether you're using penne or spaghetti, and you put it in the bottom of a large mixing bowl. Add your sauteed veggies, your fire roasted tomatoes, and your sliced olives. Then plop on the prepped chopped chicken, and then we're going to just pour on that delicious creamy mixture that we just made with all of our yummy ingredients and mix well. So I'm going to tell y'all one more time, I like things cheesy. So you won't see this in any recipe, but I actually add a little bit of grated cheese to my mixture before I put it in the casserole dish. Then I load it all up and top it with even more cheese and get it ready for the oven. I put my casserole dish on a cookie sheet that's lined with Silpat so it doesn't bubble over and ruin my oven, and bake for about 40 minutes, or just until everything is nicely brown and bubbly. Okay, out of the oven, and here's what she looks like when you cut into her. This is just such a wonderful comfort food. It just feels like old times to me. And whether you use penne or spaghetti, It's really delightful. I will tell you, it is chicken spaghetti, so spaghetti actually has a better consistency. I think the penne turns out to be a little bit drier, but you can use whatever you want. You can make it your own. Well, here we are at the end again. Please always remember and never forget that cooking is loving 1,000%. Guys, we sure do have some ailments out there that there's not much of a cure for, but just remember what the good book says. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. I wish you lots of laughter this week.